Hello, Agatha. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. So my name is Agatha, and I am a physiotherapist from my background, from my university. I came to UK over 10 years ago, yes, I at the moment work in a hospital with NHS. Usually I help people to recover from different illnesses and long stay in a hospital. And on a daily basis, I am a mother of a 2-year-old boy. And I have a little happy family living in Surrey.
Lovely, thanks. So how did you first come into contact with my work? I think it was forest bathing, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. I think that was the first time when I actually met you, when I think now I call it intuitively, booked into session forest bathing. And yes, and I came and during the session I met you. And I think knowing about your work was when I was reading about the forest bathing, the guides and guidelines, what I need to be prepared for. And then at the bottom of it was a little bit more about you. And then I've read about you, what you do for life, and apart from forest bathing. Yes.
So you followed the link and you had a little look at the Harmony Healing website.
Exactly, yes. So I had it in my mind when I met you, but I yes, and then I just met you in person.
Lovely, thank you. So I think the next thing you did was you came on one of the healing circles, did you?
No, actually the first thing was me booking for one-to-one with you.
Oh,
it was.
Yes. You had a one-to-one healing.
I did. I think after the forest bathing, I probably somehow felt very deeply connected, and I felt that need. Oh my God, I need the healing. And I think probably because maybe the lockdown and maybe everything that changed change our living with COVID, it just made me feel like, oh, this is something I need. I feel it. I feel I'm ready to move. And that's what I did. I did first one-to-one with you, and then I did the healing, the monthly healing circle.
Okay, so the order was that you did forest bathing and then you booked the one-to-one healing session. So that's quite a big commitment, isn't it? The one-to-one healing session. What made you book that then? What did you expect from it? What was your expectation?
I think I have a more spiritual need for it. So I felt like in some way I reached a little bit of a stagnation in my life, and that probably subconsciously I knew that I need to move somewhere higher, or felt like I need to release something that I don't need anymore in my life, and that would allow me to move forward. And I felt that, yes, and I felt that knowing when I met you, I felt you the right person that will do it.
Thank you. Okay, so it was more a case of a spiritual awakening than anything physical, really, that drew you to the healing.
Yes, it was. I think it was. I think I had problems with my skin that were like a physical manifestation of something, but I think that the deeper level of need was the spiritual awakening.
And what did you find you got from the healing?
It was a very lovely experience, actually, because it took quite long. It was around 90 minutes, wasn't it? Definitely over an hour, and I had a lovely feeling of being. Actually, I remember now. I felt my hands very warm throughout the healing, and I remember that I was connecting with someone who was almost like from fire, and was sending that message that we just burn away anything you don't need. And I think after the session, when I was listening to your recording, it was something you said about oh, you are allowed to think in more experimental way, and perhaps you are gifted to see things differently. That thing just, I think, moved me much, and well, actually, why not? I probably can think differently and more widely, and I think that was the main change.
So interestingly, then that became a catalyst for a slight new chapter in your life. And we should say at this point that your healing was during lockdown, so it was a distant healing, wasn't it? Where
it was, yes.
You weren't with me in person. So how I work there is I call in angels and guardians, and then I invite your energy body onto my couch. Sounds a bit weird, but that's how I work. So I imagine you're on the couch, and then I work on the couch as if you were there, and I do a running commentary recording of everything that I'm doing. So you tuned in at the same time that I was doing the healing. And that was when you experienced the warm hands and the feeling of the fire, and how the fire can be very cleansing,
yes,
and transmutational. And then subsequently, when you played back the recording, which I send after the healing, then you realise I'd mentioned this bit about you potentially having an ability for a bit more lateral thinking and not always taking things for granted, and that led to a slight change in your outlook.
Yes, that's how I would summarize it as well.
Great, thank you. Okay, and then you went on after that to come to the monthly healing circle a few times?
I did, yes. I felt that after the healing and knowing how you work and, you know, the way how you interact, it just was the natural for me just to book for the monthly healing and just see how would that work from actually spiritual perspective and experiencing the healing circle and, you know, working with the chakras and unity consciousness. So that was the next step for me. It was very natural.
And so did you manage to get an experience of unity consciousness from your first session, or did it take a few? First monthly circle, I mean.
No, very much. First one was I felt very much connected with all. I tried to remember if it was very significant one, but I did feel like I am, and probably I was, the part of the stars many times, and I felt that connection. And I think what was really loving was that ability to send healing to others as well, and to Mother Earth. And I think that it's really lovely part of the monthly healing circle, because you think about others and you send that love and that light to people who might need it.
And so with hindsight, that led to you potentially wanting to awaken some kind of healing ability, because obviously you are already a healer, you're already a physiotherapist, but from an energetic point of view, the healing circle awakened something in you that you wanted to become an energy healer as well.
Absolutely. And I think I was always interested in spirituality, and I was I think 10 years ago, 9 years ago, I've done the Silver Method, where we were learning how to do like energy healing, but mostly like from distance healing on your mental screen, and it was not involved the way that you can evolve doing it with your program, but definitely that was something that, having experience of healing circle, would just awaken a little bit more need for deepen my knowledge and build my skills and get more tools. That's how I saw it. I need to know more, so I have more ways of helping others, basically. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody who was contemplating a one-to-one healing, or joining the circle, or a reading then?
So I think it is for everyone who really is open to possibilities. So I would say I believe that there is nothing that is impossible, and actually it is the way of impossible making possible. So basically, if you are open, then you just need to be guided by your higher self. That's my advice. You don't wait and dwell, because then it's your analytical brain chipping in, and you don't need that. You use it on a daily basis anyway. But it is your heart you need to follow and listen to. And I think that the perspective of impossible become possible, it can open so many gates, and you might feel suddenly that you're actually in alignment with your heart, and your path is there.
That's what you're feeling?
Yes, that's what I'm feeling, yes. And I feel that everyone has the possibility to feel same in their own interpretation.
Thank you very much. I mean, I've watched you go from being a sort of practical healer to being an energy healer, and I can tell that you're really going to be an amazing energy healer. You already are, and you're just going to get better and better. So I'm very privileged to have met you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.